it started with Rusty and Dad around the piano. Dad was he started saying, you know, something that he has said that he had thought about doing it a year or two before, getting us back together, because there was about a 9-year period where Dad was not with the Oak Ridge Boys.
Right.
And during those 9 years, we toured together. We were recording for Capitol Records, and Dad was on Polygram, but we toured together. We were on separate labels and had separate booking agents that all knew each other. So we got to work twice as much that way. We'd go do dates with Dad, and we'd keep the same band together. We'd back him up, and then we got to go out and do dates by ourselves. And sometimes we were together. So it was what was kind of, I always said, you know, it might have been a bad thing for the Oaks, but it was a great thing for our family, because we took a 9-year family vacation, you know, that we had never gotten to take. And anyway, during the pandemic, Dad called Rusty. My mother had gotten really ill during that time. My mama had pancreatic cancer, and we found that out. She had come to live with me. And right during all that time, her brothers and sisters down in Bruton, Alabama, they were all sort of quarantined, and I wanted her to come stay with me. So I could, you know, it wound up being a blessing for our family, really, that we got shut down, because for the first time, my brother was overseas. He had to come home. He caught one of the last flights that left London before they shut it down. You know, they shut Heathrow down, they shut all air traffic coming into the U.S. We didn't really know what it was all about at that time, but they were taking precautions to shut it down. The airport, he got one of the last flights back over here, almost didn't make it back. But then we all got to be with our mother there for a little while, and it was we buried her right after the 4th of July, and about 3 weeks later we started going in the studio. But before then, we had been gathering around the piano and getting the guitars out just to keep our chops up. We thought, man, you know, it's something, if you don't play and you don't sing, is they'll use it or lose it kind of deal. So we wanted to keep playing and singing, and we were going to sing to ourselves. They told us we couldn't go to church, so we started singing church songs at home, just like we always used to, like, you know, we used to when we get together as a family. And we gathered around Dad's piano and played and sang. Rusty and Dad were doing it first, but then they called me in to do it. And, you know, we started saying, hey, man, we need to go in and record this stuff. So that's basically what we did. And some of it was really emotional, man, because, you know, like I said, we had just buried our mother. That was an emotional time for all of us. And my dad had always talked about how music has a healing power, and that we kind of sang ourselves out of that deal a little bit. And it's something that I know she would have wanted. They were still great friends till the end. And so that's kind of, we took that negative of the pandemic, and we wound up cutting 13 gospel songs. And, you know, hearing your daddy sing softly and tenderly and getting choked up, emotional, and man, it was a healing thing. And then we started doing more old time country songs. And it's like everybody had more songs they want to do. And I got to be honest with you, man, we got about 100 more we want to go cut and hope to, you know. So we're just singing old songs that bring us comfort. And the beginning of that was the gospel. So